Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you from New Brighton High School as the Ellwood City Wolverines made the short trip down here to New Brighton to take on the New Brighton Lions. Should be, as every night is, a great night for basketball, and we certainly appreciate you joining in here tonight at 6 o'clock tip-off here for our JV game. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst. And on camera tonight is Mr. Dave Skinny Windhorst. Brad's dad's filling in for Dakota here tonight, who had a prior obligation. So kind of a weird late season Wednesday night matchup. And we're here to bring it for you. And there is tip-off, and going to be maintained by New Brighton. They'll be coming left to right on your screen as we're set up here in the corner. Trying to get some names here. There's a shot, does not go, and goes behind the backboard.
That was number 12, Jackson Zahn, a sophomore. We do apologize if we butcher names and numbers.
Yep, kind of just getting set up here.
Yep. The roster that we got changed just the slightest bit from last time these two teams played.
So running the perimeter there right now is Mr. Caleb Cervic. So Cervic now with the ball, kicks it out. Underneath, nice pass there to Flumer, and Flumer puts it up in for the first 2 points of the game. Full court press here by the Wolverines now, as Caleb Cervic is back there. Gets it outbound and coming up the center of the court quickly, and a pass into the tall, quickly tic-tac-toe underneath, shot there by number 11, freshman Joey Kennedy for the Lions of New Brighton. Here comes Cervic, bringing it up the court. Pass out there, Chucky Swinesberg. Good to see Chucky back in the lineup. Kicks it around there to Kennedy. Back. Working the perimeter here is the Wolverines. JV head coach Ricky Ross standing there on the side court. Pass underneath up to Chucky Swinesberg. Nifty move, shot don't go. Doesn't quit giving up on it. But number 20, Schofield, with the rebound. Forward pass there. Working around the perimeter once again. Kicks it out there to Kennedy. Kennedy wants to drive. Kicks it out there to number 13. Fakes a shot. Tries going down the lane. Meets some resistance there with Kazir. And number 11 puts it up, goes down to baseline. Doesn't get it to go. And who ends up with it is Flumer for the Wolverines. 2-2 game here. 2 minutes into this junior varsity matchup. Cervic works it around. Kennedy fakes the three underneath the Flumer, kicks it all the way out to Swinesberg for a three. Drains it. Mr. Chucky Swinesberg daunting the number 11 currently for the Wolverines.
A full court pressure here by the Wolverines. We said it all year long, Thad, and it has come to fruition, and it works right on cue.
It's a turnover. Flumer, right place, right time. Gets the steal, coming the other way is Swinesberg. Passes out there to Kennedy. He wants on the three. Parade off the back of the rim. Don't go. Swinesberg rebound. Jump shot about 15 feet. Does not go. Who ends up with it?
Looks like New Brighton. I think number 2, Kohlmeyer.
Yep. And
ball's going to be tipped off the leg there, but out of bounds by the Wolverines. So they'll stay with New Brighton here. Early first quarter. 5-2 lead. Thad, we talked about it. The three-point line last night came into play. 6 for 12 were the Varsity boys.
And there's Cervic with the steal. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, Brad.
Nope, you're good.
Number 22 puts it up, and he's going to be fouled with Jackson Kerr. Shot don't go. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 3 minutes into the game, we have our first foul.
Foul, I believe, was, I thought I saw 1 and 1, so that'd be number 11. I see a 13 and a 12 so far.
So
I do know they run the scoreboard with results for Varsity, so
okay.
that'll help us out.
That'll help us out a lot here. First shot is good and counted for Jackson Kerr, his first points of the night.
So checking in was number 23, a number we do not have.
No, I guess we don't.
And I think that number 13, that's Cameron Kazzer. He's one of the starters for Varsity.
And rebound there by Kohlmeyer, quickly up the court, goes down that baseline and loses the handle, but wisely keeps it in balance. He tried to bounce it off of a would-be Wolverine. Now back out top of the key, working the ball underneath. Here comes number 20 down the lane, puts it up, and wow, stuffed by Young Cervic. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Ellwood City, but a nice defensive play there by Cervic on Schofield.
He may be 5'7", but he almost plays 5'10",
He
5'11".
plays big. We got a 5-for-5 change here.
Yep, hockey line change.
For the Wolverines, full line change. We got Smiley out there.
Jones.
Cuevas.
Yep. Hendrickson and Dante Pierce.
So, driving down the lane. Kicks it back out. What's the floater up off the side of the rim? Don't go. Cuevas with the rebound. He's going to come up wearing the number 32. Pass out there to Smiley. Smiley back out to Cuevas. Over to number 23. The three-pointer off the side of the rim does not go for Keithan Jones. Now quickly the other way. Schofield puts it up. Kohlmeyer, I beg your pardon, gets the bucket. It's 6-4 in favor of the Wolverines.
We don't have size there in heights for New Brighton, but Kohlmeyer,
he's
6'5" or 6'4". Got to be
Shot
up there.
don't go. Another rebound for Kohlmeyer. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He is just a junior here starting for the JV team. Number 23 comes down the lane, kicks out to number 20. He puts up a shot. Air biscuit don't go by Schofield. Last touched by the team wearing white. Blue ball with the Ellwood City Wolverines now bringing it up the court. Fast-moving first period of action here. 2:41 remaining. 10 points scored. 6 by the Wolverines. 4 by the Lions. Cuevas back out there to Smiley. Smiley wants to drive down the lane. Kicks it out there. Back out to Cuevas. Using the perimeter right now. Jones lines up for the three. Drains it. Keithan Jones with the three-point bucket. And the pass goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover by the Lions. Now the Wolverines inbounding center court is Mr. Brandon Hendrickson. Here comes Smiley. Fakes a three, then gets to Cuevas. Back out to Smiley. Almost leaving Jones over there by himself, but quickly.
2-1-2 zone will do that.
So he's going to take a shot here one of these times. Cuevas is short, and it is. But a nice rebound by Brandon Hendrickson. Puts it up and in. I believe that's his first 2 points of the night. Quick pass down there. Number 23 puts it up and in for the easy layup. The number we do not have, but we'll give credit to number 23. His second bucket. And there's going to be a steal, a valiant attempt there by Dayton Schofield, the freshman.
So 7 back in will be number 11 for New Brighton, as number 2, Kohlmeyer, is going to take a break here.
That was Kennedy that checked in. Out to Jones, fakes a three, back out to Smiley. Smiley running the point. Out to Cuevas, swings back out to Smiley. Smiley, Jones launches the three. It's long. Air biscuit don't go, but taken there. Quick pass down the court. Taken there by number 23. Fakes it. 3-point shot by number 20, and he drains it. Did Schofield. Schofield, just a freshman, making his presence known here. In the final minute of play here, Wolverines up by a bucket, 11-9. Now kicks underneath Hendrickson. Jones now, Smiley with the ball. Almost lost the handle. Jones launches up another three off the front of the rim. Don't go. Dante Pierce tried to get the rebound, didn't get it though. Lions end up with it, but a good hustle there by Hendrickson to get the steal. Into the hands of Smiley, 30 seconds left on the clock. Jones launches the three off the rim, don't go. And rebound goes out of bounds, and the official says it's going to be coming this way. So now with the inbound is New Brighton, bringing it up the court. Oh, and off the back leg there of number 20, Schofield. No, it was apparently touched off of one of the Wolverines.
17 seconds here. Rolling
Trying
clock.
to get the inbounds.
You said it, Thad. Real fast quarter.
Yes, it was.
Good
Stolen there
defense.
by Hendrickson, but
right
given
back.
away right back to him. Kicks up that jumper, and hits the top of the boards. Not going to go with 2.9 seconds remaining.
Only one foul in this first quarter. Wow.
Yep, that helps speed that up.
It does. Last shot here. I like this. Rolling the ball up to Smiley.
Smiley, 2 seconds. Launches up from about half court and not quite get her done there. So at the end of one, it is the Wolverines 11, the New Brighton Lions 9.
Yeah, so we got to see some three-point action there by both teams. Ellwood City with the 2 3-pointers kind of built a lead of 5 or 6 points. It kind of looked like they were about ready to kind of pull away, and then all of a sudden, a couple points here, back-to-back buckets, and the press has been broken for the first time we've seen in a couple weeks. Brighton fights back, only down by 2.
Not a big crowd here yet, but give yourself here about another hour, Brad, and I think this gym will be filled up. So, hey, folks, stick around. Of course, after this game, we'll have a short break and move right into our varsity game.
Go ahead. You can say what's
going
to happen.
And then at halftime, at halftime, Brad and I are both very, very excited about this. Mike White, legendary writer for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Yep.
We're going to have a bit of an interview with him and hear about his day and all things WPIAL. So we're very excited about that opportunity, and he'll be gracious with his time. So stick around for halftime of that varsity basketball game.
So underway here, second quarter. It looks like we're going back to the starters.
Yep, possession there was in favor of Ellwood City. So Servik kicks it around here to Kennedy, back to Servik. Chucky Swinesburg for Air Biscuit, does not go. Taken there by number 11, Joey Kennedy. Well, was there trying to get it out, and who steals it is the Wolverines. Back is Swinesburg, bounce pass underneath to Flumer, kicks it back out there. That's pretty. Is Jackson Kerr, and that was a 3, correct, Brad?
That was. What a pass by Flumer, Swinesburg and company.
Making it happen. A nice Euro there. Does not get it to go. Kohlmeyer in there. The big guy loses the handle of the ball. Here comes Swinesburg, and a whole lot of nothing here going on. Flumer ends up with it somehow. Wants to drive it down there. Kicks it out to Servik. Off the side of the rim. Don't go. Now back out to Swinesburg. He drains a 3.
Back-to-back threes by the Wolverines. Got a timeout here.
Yes, it does.
I think it forces New Brighton's hand.
Yep, they come out in that first 58 seconds of play to the Wolverines and score 6 points to New Brighton 0. If you're Coach Ricky Roth, you couldn't have drew it up any better to start that second period of play.
So that gives the Wolverines with 4 3-pointers so far in this one, 12 of the 17 with 1 free throw. Ballooned it. Two 2-point buckets, free throw, and 12 points from the 3-point line. We want to give a shout out to Caleb Servik. Who else? Not Keith and Jones. Who was it? There were 3 individuals last night got their first varsity points.
Yes,
Tyler
Smiley,
Servik, and Hendrickson.
Yep.
So big shout out. I mean, they've been the front runners for this JV team. I mean, all 10 that they play can play on the court, but first varsity points.
So big night for them. Big night for the Wolverines with the win, section win at that. So that quick pass, it works well for them as Joey Kennedy gets the assist. I believe it was from Kohlmeyer. Kind of the tip drill, if you will. Servik now kicks it out there to Kennedy, back to Servik, out to Swinesburg. Chucky surveys, swings it around that perimeter. Want to try to go underneath. It's a little tough there, and 3-pointer does not go, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. I'm saying tough underneath. Kohlmeyer, he's got to be 6'3", 6'4", and fills up, them arms fill up a lot of space underneath the hoop defensively. Loses the handle, did the Tigers. Servik with it, no look pass to Kennedy, puts it up and in. Nicely done.
So terrible turnover by the New Brighton Lions.
Oh, did I do it again?
Yes, you did.
Are you kidding me? Why do I have this? It's not the Tigers, it's the Lions. I know this.
At least it's the same county.
Yes. No, big block there by Flumer. Tigers, write that down somewhere big for me. Why do I do that? So out there, kicks it back out to Cervic. Puts it up, shot don't go. The thing is, I didn't even know I did it. So there's coming back. We'll get you back to the game, folks, when I figure out what team we're playing. Kohlmeyer puts it up, and he's going to be fouled.
Yep. I think it's going to be I don't think it was Flumer. I think it may have been. Well, they're going to give it to Flumer. So that'll be his team's first. Only one foul by both teams in this first half.
Yes, and we're 10 minutes of play. Close to 10 minutes of playing. First shot, nothing but net for the junior Isaac Kohlmeyer. Some wholesale changes here. 3 coming in. Number 30, which we don't have that on our roster, unfortunately.
We do have varsity, just not JV, unfortunately.
And 14 we don't have that checked in. So we apologize for that.
And we can list off.
You
we got
always think you're prepared, but
well, we got 6 names, so it's one of those 6.
Okay, roll the dice. So Swinesburg from the left side this time.
Wow.
Counted, it's good.
His third 3-pointer.
So Chucky Swinesburg gets the lead to 9 by the Wolverines. Cervic just caused all kind of havoc back there.
He
works it and gets the steal. That's not giving up on a play. Swinesburg now wants to get down the lane, kicks it out there. Out to Smiley.
Go for the dagger.
Swinesburg open. Goes back to Smiley. Kicks it out there to Cervic. Launches the lefty 3. Doesn't get it to go, and it's going to be last touched. It kind of went off one of the shoulders of the Lions.
Emphasis on lines.
Yes, I do apologize. That'll get Facebook talking more than anything. Shot by Cervic.
Wow.
Counted. The 3. Was that Cervic?
Yep, and that was a 3.
Good. Our view is blocked in that corner just a little bit. So number 13 bringing up the court. There's a turnover. Kept it in bounds.
Jackson Kerr off to Schweinsberg, off to Kennedy.
The thought was there, but not quite able to get her finished. Kohlmeyer now.
Oh, he picked up his dribble in
Yeah,
the
we've seen them do that several times now, and that's almost a kiss of death for any offense.
Good defense.
Take it away.
Kennedy to the hoop with the steal and the bucket.
Puts it up and in.
Wow.
Flumer with the steal. No look pass. Was trying to get cute there. Wasn't able to get her done. Here comes number 30. We don't have the number of. Puts it up and a block by Flumer. Flumer madness in the house here tonight. But who ends up with it? And that's going to be taken by Kennedy. Aggressively gets the ball, looks over his shoulder, going to go coast to coast.
Ooh.
Slid a little bit there. Kicks it out there to number 22.
Wow,
drains the
Jackson Kerr.
Man, the threes are falling for the Wolverines. 30-second timeout now for the Wolverines.
Wow. That is, I think, 5 3-pointers alone in this quarter. 7 overall for the Wolverines. 21 points of the 30 coming from the 3 ball. Passing has been on point. Yeah, a couple turnovers here, live and die with the full court pressure, but it has been open, raining from 3. I do see somebody across the court. Not only do we see Denise Roth, but we see Grandma Roth.
Grandma Roth made the trip down.
I got the best thing I haven't told you even yesterday. I had the best seat in the house. I was the assistant coach, and you know who head coach was last night? Grandma Roth, sitting right beside the bench, and I got asked to guard her, just protect her on the bench. It was awesome.
Good for her.
It was a good conversation.
That's fun. Grandma Roth's been coming to a lot of these games.
Things we can't go on the record saying.
So
I'm joking. It's all good. It was all good.
So I think we're going to get caught for a foul here is Ellwood City, as Cuevas was just friendly fire diving for the ball.
So that'll be the team's second foul here in this first half. They're letting them play, and I tell you what a fast. 13 minutes, first half. Down to 2:38 remaining here.
So gets it across the timeline, it looks like. Loses it. Kohlmeyer gets it. It's out there. Number 20 with the shot for 3 off the back of the rim. Does not go. That was Schofield who gets the rebound. But Kohlmeyer's coming down in there and puts it up. Uses the glass. Doesn't get it to go. Cuevas takes it off his shoulder. Coming the other way. Kicks it out there to Hendrickson. Bounce pass underneath to Pierce. And
he went up with it, and I think it was blocked there by New Brighton. So it's going to stay with the Wolverines here, 2-12. Hendrickson inbounding. Nice extra pass here to Jones. Oh,
Can't quite get her to fall. And rebound.
Ooh.
Wise play there
Yeah.
by Pushak as he threw the ball off of Dante Pierce.
yeah, so it'll be New Brighton ball, but full court pressure once again.
Bar pass over, almost friendly fire there with a collision. And who ends up with it is Pushak. Now trying to go down the lane is Schofield. Kicks it out there, and I think you're going to get an over-back situation here as Schofield was trying to get it to the lengthy Kohlmeyer. So, turnover will give the Wolverines the ball with 1:48 remaining here in this second quarter of play. Now back out there to Smiley. Kicks it out there. Hendrickson lost his footing, but gets it back, keeps the ball. There's Jones. Now out to Smiley. Wants to dribble down the lane. Kicks it out there to Hendrickson. Off the front of the rim, don't go. Blue shirts off. Stolen there by Pushak, and a nice defensive play as I believe it was Smiley kind of punched that ball out of bounds to take away that free layup for the Lions.
Yep.
1:21 remaining. Number 11, Joey Kennedy. Checking in. Underneath there to Kohlmeyer. Just cannot get the ball to fall. And Cuevas now brings it up the court. Going to go down that left baseline and puts it up. Can't quite get it to go. Who ends up with it is the Wolverines. Now Smiley. Kicks it out there to Jones. Does a little nifty move there. A nifty move there by Keithan Jones to make the score 32-13. Wolverines having a heck of a second period here. Running away with this one. To this point, holding the Lions to 4 points. There's a steal by Smiley. Crossover dribble, puts it down, and gets a little tripped a little bit there, and going to get called for the travel. Now inbounding is the Lions trying to go all the way, and he's going to be fouled. Going to get Cuevas with the foul on Kohlmeyer.
So that'll be the team's third. Again, no foul trouble. But it was in the act of shooting, so number 2, Kohlmeyer, will go to line for 2.
First shot by Kohlmeyer is good. Second shot is good. So 38 seconds remaining here.
2 free throws by New Brighton, and it's blue ball.
So, okay. Glad we all got on the same page here in the final 35 seconds. There's Smiley trying to go down the lane, met Kohlmeyer. No foul. Kohlmeyer's going to knock the ball out of bounds.
That looks so funny on camera, what just happened.
So, there's kicked out there. Jones fakes a three, decides to drive down the lane, uses the glass,
Nice
puts it up
move.
and in. Nifty move there by Keithan Jones. We'll be watching his sister and the Lady Wolverines take on the Warriors of Mohawk tomorrow night, 6:30. Lawrence County Sportsnet will be broadcasting that one. Here comes number 11, puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Smiley with this foul with 8.6 seconds remaining. That'll be the team's fourth, as Joey Kennedy will go to the line to shoot 2. First shot by Kennedy does not go. 19-point lead here for the Wolverines. Second shot by Kennedy, and it is good. Final 8 seconds here. And passes underneath there to Jones. Tries to make the shot. Doesn't get it to go. Up and in
Dante Pierce.
is Pierce. And at the end of 2, wow, it is 36-16. Wolverines outscored them 25-7. in that quarter of play. Big second quarter there for the Wolverines. So we got a 10-minute break here. Brad, we can take a break as well?
Yeah, we'll take a break and we'll talk a little bit about stuff and something that hasn't been done since 1998. We'll take you back on a journey of 20-plus some years ago, but something that has been done since 1998, but we'll leave you in suspense. We'll do it and we'll talk about it when we come back from the break. It's halftime. Wolverines by 20.
Welcome back, folks. We got second half action here of this junior varsity game. Wolverines commanding 20-point lead, 36-16. Coming the other way now is Kennedy, puts it up, does not get it to go. Who gets the rebound but an Ellwood City Wolverine? Oh, underneath. He was trying to get Flumer for the alley-oop and just came up a little bit short. And the ball goes out of bounds. Now down the court. Puts the floater up, was number 11, Joey Kennedy, for the Lions. So here comes Cervic. Wolverines moving left to right, or coming towards you, as we are set up here in the corner of New Brighton. We appreciate New Brighton athletic department letting us come down here to broadcast the game tonight. Good ball movement by the Wolverines. Cervic now out there to Smiley. Kicks it over there. Back to Smiley. Brings it over. Kennedy. Cervic. Bounces underneath. Out to Kennedy for three. It's a little bit short, but a nice rebound there. Does not go. And into the hands of number 12, Jackson Zahn. Up the court now is the Lions. Kicks it out there. That resistance there. Puts it up, doesn't go. Flumer with the rebound. Coming the other way is the Wolverines. Cervic to Smiley. Smiley surveys. Now down to Cervic. One to go underneath, but well covered there was Flumer. Now, Smiley, cross court to Kennedy. Now back to Cervic. All the way cross court that time. Kennedy tries to bounce pass underneath, gets it to him. Up. And fall off the front of the rim. Does not go. Kohlmeyer, and he's going to be fouled by number 22, Jackson Kerr.
Not the best foul there, about 90-some feet away from the hoop. You don't want many of those.
I like that name, Jackson Kerr.
Yeah.
Feels like I should be. Who was he? Oh.
I'm thinking of the lawyer company, but I'm thinking actually with Nate Kennedy out there, I'm thinking of the old Penguins line.
Yeah.
Nate Kennedy and
puts it up and in. Speaking of,
the other Kennedy, right?
Joey Kennedy. So Kennedy brother, Kennedy.
Kennedy meet Kennedy.
Yep. Smiley now. The Cervic bounce pass over there to number 10, Nate Kennedy of the Wolverines.
Backdoor cut. Oh,
had him cutting there, but a nice play and good chase down there by the young Smiley. Tyler Smiley, that is. We'll see his brother Chris here in the varsity game.
And Wolverines kind of offense here kind of gone stagnant, just kind of standing around a little bit. Got to move the ball, but you also got to move your body.
Yes, you do. Smiley now puts it.
Door.
Oh, a great block there by Kohlmeyer.
The length coming through for New Brighton this quarter a little bit.
Yes, it is. Kicks it out there. Down the lane, uncontested, and it's Joey Kennedy. He's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the line for the and one.
So good bucket there, and all of a sudden New Brighton here coming out with some offense on a 6-0 run to start the quarter. Couple changes here. Hendrickson comes back in. Dante Pierce, along with Keithan Jones and Michael Cuevas. So here's the and one.
And Kennedy does not get it to go. And who ends up with it is the
Lions.
I almost did it again. I did it one time 4 years ago, and I can't shake it. I'm like this. It's like my Steve Blass pitch. Are you too young to remember
You brought
that?
in Steve Blass into this?
I did. My favorite announcer of all times.
Oh.
Side color guy, color commentary guy.
I got you.
So down the lane comes Cuevas, puts it up, and
I like-
Kohlmeyer
I like the move, just into trees again. The trees are alive.
kind of know who you're up against. There's going to be a 3 by number 20. In front of the rim, don't go. Who ends up with it?
Looks like, I believe, Dante Pierce.
Yep, Pierce with it.
Yep.
Gets in the hands of number 10, Nate Kennedy.
Wolverines.
Nate Kennedy, I think we forget he's just a sophomore.
Yep.
Bounce pass out there to Jones.
Oh, take that.
Out there to Kennedy.
I like this. There we go.
Hendrickson, does not get it to go, and the ball is going to go out of bounds into the cheerleader section of Ellwood City.
The movement's there. The shot and opportunity just not as we've gone cold here a little bit. We're about
Yes,
what?
we have, but we got the full court press going now.
4
When
minutes.
you don't score any points, it's hard to put on the full court press.
Right. 4 minutes without a bucket.
Mr.
here.
Obvious online, too. So Cuevas fighting for it there, and they're going to call jump ball.
It's going to
And
favor
Ellwood City.
Ellwood City. We'll see if the extra possession here will help us. 2:36 mark, and again, 6-0 run here by the Lions. Give credit, though. The Wolverines did have a big lead at half.
Yes, they have. And they're almost not really playing any kind of hurry up. And that's going to be air biscuit thrown up there.
Unfortunately,
By
Michael
Cuevas.
Cuevas' shots have been a little bit short in this first half. Substitutions once again for both teams. Full court pressure still on, though.
Yep, Kohlmeyer dribbles it down. I must say, Kohlmeyer, for his length, is a pretty good ball handler. Puts it underneath to number 21, Pushak. He does not get the shot to go, but he was fouled, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
I think that foul was on Dante Pierce. Unfortunately, we don't
Yep.
know totals just yet. We will have them for varsity. But going to the line for the 2 free throws is number 21.
And in and out of the rim does not go for Dylan Pushak. He is a sophomore. Second shot. And it is nothing but net. It's good. So now Hendrickson at the inbound gets in the hands of Kennedy. Kennedy could have kicked it out, but takes it out there to Cuevas. Over there to Keithan Jones. Jones out there to Kennedy. He directs a little traffic, wants to pursue down the lane, and off the fingertips of Cuevas, and it is going to be Lions ball.
You're like the Pittsburgh Penguins power play. Starting to come alive finally. Just took
So-
you 2 months. No.
Oh, and a collision. Still fighting for the ball. Two blue shirt gets it down there to Kennedy.
Nice
Jump stop,
fake.
puts it up, and he's going to be fouled by
Okay.
number 13, Kazur.
That was like a scrum here of about 6 or 7 players on the
Yeah, and
court
next thing you
trying to
know,
get the ball.
Kennedy's coming down the baseline.
So Kennedy to the line for 2.
And that actually is the first points for the Wolverines.
Yep.
5.5 minutes in to this third period. So a crazy second period where they scored 26. Got a little cold. Second shot does not go. Rebound there by Pushak. Nice tic-tac-toe cross in there by New Brighton to get it across the timeline. Kicks it out there. Friendly fire runs into each other. Now in the hands of Kazur. Goes down and puts the floater up. Does not go. Rebound by number 21. A nice putback by Pushak. And New Brighton is going to call a timeout. Down by 12. At one point they were down by
18?
20.
20. Yeah, 36-16 at halftime. And, well, a 9-1 run here will get you back into this one as third quarter's down to about 1:13 remaining. Folks, the varsity matchup will be tonight here. Varsity at 7:30 approximately. I'm assuming it's probably going to be a little bit sooner than that as this one's flying by. We do have a nice little presentation at halftime. We'll have the Mr. Mike White from Pittsburgh Post-Gazette doing a little interview with Thad here at halftime between the two
Very
games.
excited about that. I mean,
Yes.
you'll see him on the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. I know we follow him on Twitter. We refer to a lot of his information. He's kind of in the know of everything. And what and I'm going to say this to him, Brad, is one of the things I really respect about him. It's 1A to 6A.
Yep.
When his coverage, it is all Whippeal action. We see stuff that he retweets from District 10, our friends to the north, and very excited about that opportunity to visit with him. That'll be halftime of the varsity game. So inbounding now is Cuevas. Gets in the hands of Cervic. Bounce pass underneath the Cuevas. Dribbling it up through. Far pass down here to Henriksen. Puts it up. Nice job with the floater. Who passed that ball? I liked it.
Yep.
The Wolverines a little too aggressive there, as Keithan Jones is going to get hit with the foul with 58.2 seconds remaining in this third period. Inbounding the ball to Schofield. Oh, a nice pickpocket there by Henriksen, but he got his pocket picked. Trying to go back underneath. Cuevas got a man underneath, but he's going to take it himself, puts it up and in. A nice play there by Cuevas, just a freshman. Oh, a nice steal.
5-7.
Big.
Oh, coming in our kitchen. Oh.
Unfortunately, passed just a little too far.
Nice play by Cervic, and give credit to the Wolverines. They kind of fought back here in this last minute or so.
Had a little bit of offense. Took a while for it to start, and there's a ball's bouncing all around. Who ends up with it but a Lion? 13 seconds remaining. Setting up the play here. Oh, nice play by Pierce to disrupt everything there. Now, Kohlmeyer goes down, and a nice, pretty play there by the Lions junior, Isaac Kohlmeyer. So, at the end of 3, not the most exciting third period of play we've ever seen, but give the Lions credit. They outscored the Wolverines 11-5 in that third period of play.
Pretty much those 5 points, you said it, Thad. It came off of the press, but the only way the press can set up is, well, you got to make a bucket. And it happened with the free throw.
Yep.
And then the nice play there by Cuevas. Ball just seems to be a little bit more sloppier the second half. We've seen that as a trend where one half just seems like it gets weird for a quarter. Usually it's been our kryptonite's second quarter usually?
I don't cover a lot of JV games. So,
well, I mean, even at the varsity level, I think
varsity level. I know in the girls,
second.
Girls, you just kind of hold your breath.
But they weathered the storm.
They will be playing tomorrow night,
yes.
and right now, the Lady Wolverines are
things
finding
are looking
themselves that if they can win out, they will be at the minimal co-section champs, and that's words we've not uttered.
Yeah.
You want to talk about your 1998?
I was going to say we can take some time here to talk about 1998. We'll give credit to head coach Dina Noble reaching out and figuring it out with the stats here. First time since 1998 that girls and boys, both in the same year, clinch playoff berths.
And coincidentally, there are shirts out there.
Yes.
That you can get. Go to our website, our Facebook page, down to Venezzi's, and you get nice putback up in there, but does not go. Flumer playing big, gets the rebound.
Yep.
But really nice blue T-shirts talking about punching a ticket to the playoffs. Coach Dina and the girls' boosters made them for the girls.
But it's nice because
there's a 3, does not go. Rebound by Kohlmeyer. But
both teams are in 3A Section 1, so it works out perfect.
She put it out there, and a lot of people responded and said, hey, I want to get one of them. So now Kennedy with the steal, going to go coast to coast and meet some resistance there. And he was fouled, I do believe.
Yep, let's see who they called it on. I want to say it was number 2, Kohlmeyer, but I could be wrong.
It was rather that, or he held up, I think, 2 fingers for 2 shots, so we may be confused there. But Kohlmeyer was in the vicinity. First shot by Mr. Kennedy is good. Number 30 now checking back in. Second shot by Kennedy. Hits the rim and falls through the cylinder. That's a point. 6:17 remaining up. Wolverines up 43-17. Lost the handle. Now Servik kicks it out there and drains the three. Was Jackson Kerr.
It took 10 minutes, but the Wolverines got their first three-pointer second half.
Oh, and
Yeah.
let's say,
It's going to be a blocking foul on Kerr. Tough foul there.
yes, it was.
He got up. He's a little bit gingerly on that left leg, just a slight bit, but he's hanging in there. He'll stay in.
So inbounding is the Lions. Puts it up, does not go. Who ends up with number 23, puts a shot up, and he's going to be fouled by number 4D, I do believe.
And I like what assistant coach here, Ricky Roth, saying, hey, guys, we got to box out. Those are easy rebounds. Let's go. But opportunity here for New Brighton from the free throw line, number 23, shooting 2.
First shot is good. Count it.
Second free throw here.
And it is good as well. Inbounding now is the Wolverines. Servik bringing it up the court. Gets it in the hands of Smiley, who checked in. Smiley had Kennedy cutting, but wasn't able to get it to him. Jackson Kerr kicks it out there. There's a three-pointer. It's going to be short. Nice way to follow your shot. Who ends up with it? But Smiley.
Good hustle.
Good hustle by Kennedy. Smiley puts it up, does not go. Rebound there by Pushak. Beats some resistance. Oh, and he traveled. He knew it as soon as he did it. Got caught in between that jump, throwing the ball forward and sideways. Now the inbound Servik out there. Kennedy drives. Oh, does not go, but follows a shot. And shot don't go, but he's going to go to the line for 2 as number 21 gets called with the foul, Pushak. At 5:21 mark, the Wolverines are up by 17. First shot by Kerr off the front of the rim, does not go. Now checking back into the game is number 13, Cameron Kazar. Second shot, and rattles around the rim, does not go. I'm going to say white ball, so the Lions now will be inbounding. Nice move there by Kazar. Takes it down. Oh, get that shot out of here, says Mr. Flumer. Far past to Kennedy, puts the easy layup and in. Wolverines on a bit of a run here now because of the full court press, quite honestly. Kennedy all over. Kazar does get it, and another travel, and that's, you can thank the defense of Servik and Jackson Kerr for disrupting the movement.
Yeah, that full court pressure's been doing it, and what I like as well, it's full court pressure trap. It's a full court trap
good
pressure.
Point, Brad. Now Servik gets a pick by Flumer. Kicks it out there. Down the lane, kicks it out there to Jackson Kerr.
For 3.
Drains the 3. He's got several of them so far here tonight. Now quickly coming the other way. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Down the lane, little turnaround. Flumer, 2 blocks in a row. Playing big. Oh, my, that would have been so pretty. Puts it up, and going to be a foul there on Jackson Kerr. Servik, love the idea, and that ball was one roll away.
He got me sitting here, don't know what to do with my hands. I wanted to cheer for that one.
Yes, you did. Now Jackson Kerr back to the line to shoot 2. First shot is rattles the rim. It is good. Now wholesale changes now for the Wolverines. Hendrickson, Cuevas, Jones, and Pierce check in. And that shot high off the back of the rim. Who ends up with it? Dante Pierce not giving up on the play. Kicks it out there to Hendrickson for three off the bench.
Right.
Counts it. The Wolverines now up 55-29. Almost stolen there. Now Hendrickson does end up with it into the hands of Jones. Coming the other way is Jones. Wants to come down the lane. Wanted to kick it out, but dribbles it out instead. Jones
nice
out to Cuevas for three. Off the front rim, don't go. Who ends up with it is
Cuevas on the turnover.
Cuevas on a turnover. Wants to drive down in there. Puts it up. He got blocked. And that's going to be last touch by number 25 of the Lions. Wolverines ball.
I'm going to add to that full court pressure. The hands tonight. Picky hands. Everything's been quick, efficient. Yep. Wolverines haven't missed by much on a lot of these passes.
No, they haven't. Out to Cuevas. Wolverines setting up an offensive play. Hendrickson now. All the way across court to Jackson Kerr. Waiting for somebody to come across underneath, and it is Cuevas. Kicks it back out in front. Good ball movement here. As Jones. Oh, pretty. Woo. The left-handed scoop.
Wow.
Makes it 57-29.
He's got a little hop in his step.
Yes, he does.
Like,
you make a shot like that. His dad, I know, watching, is one of the coaches for the girls' team. I know practice is over for them. He's smiling at that one. And no jump ball called there. Down the lane goes number 13. Off the backboard, don't go. Dante Pierce with the rebound. Transition game into
nice
Cuevas.
pass.
Puts it up and in. And ladies and gentlemen, mercy me. Wolverines up by 30. Mercy row into effect in this last 2:33. Bodies falling all over the place. No look. Turn around there by Pierce. Into Jones. Drives down the lane. Puts it up. And, shot don't go. But he's going to go to the line for two.
Talk about a segment of 5 minutes in this fourth quarter.
Yes.
Wow.
After a segment of about 7 minutes in the third quarter, that Wolverines offense was
18-2 run.
Oh, wow. Whew. Turned it up.
Did
the Wolverines. First shot by Jones. Rattles the rim. Does not go. Flumer now going to check in for Jackson Kerr. Second shot by Mr. Keithan Jones. Count it. It's good. Now, Lions ball. Wolverines take off the press now. Mercy roll into effect. Drive down in there. Kicks it back out there to number 14. We don't have that number. Trying to go down through there. Throws it up. He's going to be fouled. To the line to shoot two is number 23. First shot is rattles the rim. It's good. So I think you have to be happy if you're Ricky Roth, the JV coach, seeing 60 points scored tonight. Second shot is good.
And I'll add to it on the flip side, holding the Lions to, 9-7, 11 so far through three quarters here. Good defense.
Hendrickson throws it back out there to Cuevas. He wants to drive down the lane, puts it up, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Foul is on number 30. In the final minute 31 here.
First free throw rattles out for Michael Cuevas. Second one is up. It's good.
It is good. So final minute 30 here. Wolverines up 61-31. Got a motion type offense here running by the Lions. Wants to drive it down in there, lost the handle, but I think it was last touch by the looks of things, a Wolverine. So inbound. It was around there, kicks it back out. Desert taken, that's, yeah, you got to call that foul. Hendrickson got a little too chippy there. Foul was on the floor. That's the 4th foul for the Wolverines. Kicks it out there. Driving down the lane. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide. Kicks it back out. Final 25 seconds. Yazzer kicks it out there. Wants to shoot the 3, thinks better of it. Now Hendrickson, he's aggressive on defense, isn't he? Here comes Flumer in the final 7 seconds of this contest. Flumer meets a little resistance there, and folks, that's going to be the game as the Wolverine junior varsity team takes care of business tonight, beating 61-31, outscoring the Lions 20-4 in that 4th period of play.
Whew. So, I mean, the Kryptonite has been a couple quarters. That 3rd quarter, 11-5, you were outscored, but 2nd quarter and fourth quarter, 25-7, 20-4 respectively. You're going to win a lot of games when you score 40 versus 11.
Like that. So nice job by the JV team here as we see them walk across in front of us here. So with that, they have the game clock set at 25 minutes. So we'll expect tip-off about 20 after 7 unofficially. So we will be back in about 17 minutes for the varsity matchup of the Ellwood City Wolverines.
So we'll take a timeout here, and we'll get Mr. Mike White to see if he'll sit down and do a little bit of discussion. Or is that at halftime?
That's at halftime of the varsity game.
Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll take a timeout. Folks, our live stream will be on this link as we get ready for varsity, and we'll go from there. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll get varsity here out on the court here shortly.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we welcome you here from New Brighton High School as the Ellwood City Wolverines are taking on the New Brighton Lions. Big-time section game here tonight, and we're just moments away from the Star Spangled Banner. They sped that clock up a little bit there on us, Brad. So Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst. Dave Skinny Windhorst is with us running camera tonight for Dakota. Had another prior engagement. A rare Wednesday night late season matchup section game. But we are here. It's a great night for basketball. A nice Ellwood City fan base here on here to watch this team in the matchup. So at this time, we're going to have the playing of our national anthem. And there you have it, folks, our Star Spangled Banner. And just moments away from the starting lineups here of this section matchup here tonight. So here we have the starting lineup for the Ellwood City Wolverines. Number 2, he's a senior, standing at 6'1", averaging 6.8, Mr. Nate Williams. Next we have number 3, sophomore, 6'2", Aaron Lake. Next up, number 5, 6 foot tall junior, Chris Smiley. Next we have senior guard 5'11", number 20, Colton Kreiser, and Mr. Joseph Roth, number 35, the senior forward, standing at 6'5". 1,875 points in his illustrious career. Now the starting lineup. Go ahead, Brad, for the New Brighton Lions.
So the home team, the Lions. Number 22, sophomore, and that is Dash Graham. Guard, 6'1", senior. Number 1, that is Brian Taylor. Another senior at guard, number 3, Zachary Bobbin. Forward, 6'1", junior, number 10, and that is Mikey Vion. And then finally, forward, 6'3", freshman, the big guy, number 11, Joey Kennedy.
So, Brad, the Lions coming in with a record of 2-13, 0-7 in this tough section play here. Wolverines coming in with a record of 11-7, 6-3 in the section. That puts them at third place right now, currently in the section, but there's still some very, very important games to play. Ready for tip-off here. Joseph Ross standing there in the center of the court, and there it is, possessed by the Wolverines. They're going right to left here in this first half of play. Roth all the way over and a little too far there as it goes out of bounds. First turnover to the Wolverines now, the Lions with the ball. If you weren't around for the JV game, the junior varsity Wolverines took care of business, winning that game 61 to 31. Wolverines off a big win last night, 67-25, against the Freedom Bulldogs. A whole lot of action here. There's a three. Rattles the rim, does not go. Joseph Roth. Down the court he comes. Wants to go coast to coast, dishes it off there to Smiley. Puts it up, does not go. Quickly the other way comes the Lions. 2-on-1 break, puts it up and in. And that is number 10, Mikey Vion. We see him on the football field. We're seeing him on the basketball court here tonight. Now Colton Kreiser, the senior, looks to Coach Dan Bradley on just what to do next. Up the court he comes. Dribbles to his left. Has Aaron Lake out there underneath to Joseph Roth. Pretty up and in it goes. Roth gets his first 2 points of the night. Now up the court comes the Lions. Is Dash Graham, the sophomore, starting point guard. Kicks it around there. Once you go underneath is Brian Taylor. Back out there to Graham. Graham surveys, looks, finds number 3. Bobbin now. Coverage there. Wanted to shoot was Taylor. Kicks it back out to Graham. We don't have heights, Brad, but this is a tall, lengthy team here. Underneath to number 10, off the glass, does not go. Second rebound for Joseph Roth, missed by Vion. Here comes Roth up the court. Cross over dribble, gets the screen from Blake. Smiley kicks it out there to Williams. Big night for Williams last night in that win. Had 19 points. Colton Kreiser down the baseline, counted. It's good. Wolverines with their first lead of the night at the 6:04 mark, leading 4-2. Quickly down the court the other way, puts it up, and a pretty move there by Brian Taylor to keep the score tied. Now Kreiser, the senior, dribbles to the right. Gets a screen from Lake, wants to pick and roll, but kicks it out to Smiley. Smiley, the lefty, air biscuit does not go. Taken there quickly by Vion. Oh, stolen there by Kreiser. Coming the other way. Wants to go underneath to Roth. Uses them long arms. Dishes underneath. That's a big assist for Roth as he dished it to Aaron Lake. And up and in it goes. Going to take a timeout for a shoe tie by one of the Lions.
Yeah, the assists so far spread across the board. Williams, Smiley, and Roth, both, or all three of them, moving the ball very efficiently when they get close to that hoop.
Yes, they are. And Roth with 2 rebounds. He has averaging 14.9 rebounds a game. That's not only the best in the WPIAL, that is the best average per game in the state of Pennsylvania. Last time I looked, it's a big state. So the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ellwood City. Now, the Lions will be inbounding. Up the court comes Graham. Meets some resistance. Not really letting them get inside much at all. Are the Wolverines kind of playing almost that quarter type of defense. Down the lane, puts it up, and a nice floater there by Zachary Bobbin, the senior. Makes the score tied. So, Kreiser. Bounce pass underneath there to Joseph Roth. Uses that length, puts it up and in. He makes it look easy. Now up the court is Dash Graham. Left-handed pass. Kicks it out there to Taylor. Back out to Bobbin. A lot of ball movement. Perimeter ball movement that is right now for the Lions. Trying to get penetration, but they're not getting much. A lot of motion there. Graham from the elbow puts it up, and a pretty shot by Graham. His first points of the night. All spread out here. 8 points. 4 different players have scored so far for the Lions. Now Joseph Roth puts it up there for Lake. Now that's the maturity of Aaron Lake coming that we did not see in the beginning of the season. Yes. I really want to say that about Lake. He's really improved his game, especially underneath.
Right on point, Thad. 100% with you.
So Smiley all over him and gets it out there to Vion. A lot of ball movement here. Puts it up and tipped and blocked there. I think Kreiser had it, and who ends up with it is Taylor. Beats some resistance. Nice shovel pass, but Kreiser, I think he's going to get nailed with over the back, and he's sitting there gingerly. Gets up, little hitch in his giddy up, but not taking himself out of the game. kind of shaking it off, but I think Coach Bradley says, hey, let's take a look at this as Lake and Kreiser check out, and the senior Ryan Whitmire checks in, really contributing greatly off the bench. Maybe not a ton of scoring, but he does contribute a lot, as well as Willie Nardone. So Vion now gets it to Bobbin, out to Taylor. Taylor kicks it around there. Wanted to shoot it, and he does, but it's going to be way short. Another rebound by Roth. Coming the other way, doing the left side this time. Tried to bounce pass, and wanted Nardone, but just out of the outstretched arms of junior Willie Nardone. So coming the other way off the turnover will be the Lions of New Brighton, down by 2, 10-8. I must say, Brad, early in this game, the sophomore 22 Dash Graham, I'm kind of impressed with how he brings the ball up the court. And as I say that, he almost turned it over.
It's funny how that thing works out.
Bobbin misses that shot off the backboard, taken there by Roth. Long pass, and who last touched it? Checking in now is number 20, Dayton Schofield, just a freshman. We saw him in that JV game. Pretty good shooter is Schofield, coming in off the bench. So after some discussion, they have decided that it is off of the Lions, so Wolverines will have the ball. Inbound there. Roth lost the handle that time. Who ends up with it? Nate Williams underneath to Roth, puts it up, and them long arms. He just makes things happen underneath. I've yet to do this season. Got to give a shout out to the Roth family down in Florida. We know you're watching. Grandma Roth, be sure I reminded to say hello to our friends in Florida from the Roth family watching the game tonight. Down the lane, does not get it to go. Another rebound for Roth. Bounce pass underneath to Smile. He puts it up, and he's going to go to the line for the and one. Big play there. Shot goes for Smiley. Can he complete the three-point play? Aaron Lake now checking back into the game, and Isaac Kohlmeyer, the tall, lengthy junior, checks in as number 11, Joey Kennedy, checks out.
He's the one that picked up the foul. Team's first, one each in this first quarter.
Wow, 6 minutes into the game, Brad, and just one foul for each team. Smiley completes the three-point play. Averaging 5.6 a game is Chris Smiley. He got 3 there. He checks out as Colton Kreiser looks to be good on that ankle, walking around.
Good thing to see that.
Yes,
Kreiser's our second-point leader.
Yes,
on the
he
team.
is, and second-team leader in assist. Almost got it that time was Nardone.
Good
Schofield
defense
now, and the ball almost gets thrown away. He keeps it. Nice play there by Taylor to keep it under the time across the half-court mark. Now Schofield dribbles around there in the hands of the aforementioned Taylor. Taylor, little shake and bake. Got Windmeyer on him. Tries getting around him. Wants to go down the lane.
Yeah, they're going to give a hand check here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a hand check. He stayed with them, but a little too much hands there by Widmeyer. So that'll be his first, team's second.
So inbounding is the Lions, gets in the hands of Dash Graham. Graham into the hands of Vion. Now around to Taylor. Motion type offense here. Looking for a spot to go to. The Wolverines are not letting them get inside that three-point line. Graham tries that time. Well defended there by Nardone. Now underneath to Taylor, and a nice play. Vion makes the shot. A nice setup there by New Brighton to come within 5 of the Wolverines.
That was the first time we saw Roth. He had to come out and defend that three-point line, and they caught him on the backside.
Bounce pass underneath to Aaron Lake. Pretty. That's how you answer that.
Roth
right now, Joseph Roth is feeding the rock underneath to Aaron Lake.
Yep, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and 6 points to go with it.
Lake is sitting there with 6 points early goings in this fast-moving first period here. Only 50 seconds left to go. Tip drill there, but who ends up with it is Dash Graham. Wants to go all the way, and Joseph Roth says, get that shot out of here. Goes out of bounds now, and last touch by Roth. It'll be Lions ball, inbounding from underneath their own hoop. It gets it inbounds. Coach Bradley down here directing traffic, telling people where to go. Tried the bounce pass to Kohlmeyer underneath, and just through the wickets it goes. Ellwood City ball with 37.2 seconds remaining.
Only the second turnover by both teams now. New Brighton, 2 turnovers, that's it. Very efficient so far. Still, though, down by 7.
Well, that underneath game, those big 6 points by Aaron Lake has really made a difference. Lake does it again. Big play there for Aaron Lake. He's got 8. Now coming the other way, Dash Graham launches a 3, and off the back of the rim does not go. Joseph Roth, another rebound, a huge tie-up underneath, and I think that, yes, it is going to go against number 1, Brian Taylor. Just the second foul for the Lions. 11.8 seconds remaining as the Wolverines will be inbounding.
Gotta go.
Yep, I think Kreiser couldn't get direction. 7 seconds out there to Nardone. Nardone underneath, 1 to go to his buddy Windmeyer. Kept it in bounds. There's a shot and does not go by Kreiser. So just like that, folks, at the end of 1, it's 19-10 in favor of our Wolverines. Aaron Lake leading the charge with 8 of the Wolverines' 19 points. Joseph Ross sitting there with 6 for a balanced scoring attack. Them 10 points by the Lions. Leading scorer for them is Mikey Vion with 4. Folks, stick around for halftime. Very, very excited about this. Mike White from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. We're going to have an interview with him. He's the man when you want to talk about high school sports in District 7, WPIAL. We asked him a little bit beforehand, and he said, sure, I'll come and visit with you at halftime. So he's here working tonight, but he's going to take a little time with us. Stick around for that interview. I know Brad and I are both really, really excited to have the opportunity to do that. So Mike White coming up here at halftime. So right now tonight as we sit here, Brad, Joseph Ross sitting there with 1,875 points. If you follow our social media accounts, we've kind of had a countdown. He could become the second leading scorer in Ellwood City and the number 1 boys scorer in Ellwood City history here in these remaining tonight, Beaver Falls, Tuesday night, Riverside, Friday night, senior night, be there, and then a Shenango game on Saturday. And then, of course, we know now we are playoff bound. Possession, nice play there by Kreiser to disrupt things. Kicks it out there to Taylor. No look pass to Bobbin. Bobbin dribbles around there. I tell you, right now, Aaron Lake is playing possessed. He really is. Tipped there by Roth, and who ends up with it is Lake. Gets it to the hands of Nardone, and they're going to get Taylor, and I do believe that's going to be his second foul. Yes, it is at the 7:33 mark. As Roth was had a head of steam blowing right past him, and just got a little handsy. Did Taylor? It's called with the floor foul. So inbounding now, Kreiser. Gets the ball out there to Nardone. Roth now all the way across court to Kreiser. He looks, wanted to go underneath the Lake. Was Windmeyer for 3. Rattles rim, does not go. Lake with the rebound. Back out to Kreiser. He goes down the baseline. And I think he stepped on the line. So number 11, Joey Kennedy, is going to check back into the game for number 1, Brian Taylor. Taylor, remember now, sitting there with 2 fouls early going in this second period of play. Now up the court, brings the ball, is the sophomore Dash Graham. Graham covered there. He does that left-handed, like sidearm throw. It's like Kent DeColvey, left-handed. Sorry, second baseball.
It's okay.
Second baseball
like
reference
it
tonight. So
I like the Pirates reference there.
Well, I'll get to that next stop of possession. Kohlmeyer for 3, does not get it to go. Lake with the rebound, into the hands, up to Kreiser, bounce pass to Nardone, puts it up and does not go. Kohlmeyer, the junior, gets the rebound. Bobbin coming the other way, pulls it out there, and unfortunately goes out of bounds. I used the baseball reference. I was looking at the Hall of Fame placards
Yep.
out there.
There's
And
somebody
you got,
up there.
Terry Francona, who just retired here from baseball. The Francona name down here in New Brighton. It needs no introduction. If you don't follow sports, you know the Francona name here in the New Brighton area. So Kreiser now underneath there to Roth. Wants to turn around, kicks it out to Lake, back to Nardone. Nardone to Lake. Almost lost it was Kreiser, but he stuck with it. Kept the ball. Down the lane, little dribble in here. Nate Williams checked back into the game. Bounce pass underneath the Lake. Out to Nardone for three. Count it! It's good for Willie Nardone. He gets on the scoring ledger with his first three of the night. Wolverines 12-point lead. Their largest lead of the night. Dash Graham down. Pretty jump shot there. He's not afraid to take that shot. I've noticed that, Brad, and he usually makes them. He's sitting there. He's got 4 points of the Lions' 12. Now Kreiser, directing traffic, gets a pick from Roth. Picks it up. After some duress. Bounce pass underneath to Lake. Oh, does not get it to go. Fights for it, and who ends up with it is out of bounds off the Wolverines. Now checking back in is Brian Taylor for Kohlmeyer. Kreiser's going to take a seat, and junior Chris Smiley will be checking into the game. So Dash Graham bringing the ball up. Wiggles around there. Finds Mikey V on to Bobbin. Now into number 11, Joey Kennedy. Original starter was on the bench for a little bit. Bobbin covered there by Nardone. Back out, Graham. Graham dishes it off to Taylor. Now to Vion. Back to Bobbin. It's a lot of perimeter activity for New Brighton, trying to find a lane underneath, almost like they're trying to lull the Wolverines to sleep. And what a play there. Put an asterisk by that one for the sophomore Dash Graham. Nice play. Gets them within 8. Now, Roth. Dribble goes down the baseline. Kicks it out there to Williams. Launches up. The three does not go. Lake with the rebound puts it up and in. Aaron Lake in double digits. He's got 10. And got another shoe timeout here, I do believe. Checking in, back in is Dayton Schofield as Zachary Bobbin, the senior, will take a seat.
And then Kreiser came in for Nardone. 4:19 remaining here, first half.
You know, first matchup this year, Brad, Ellwood City won this game 75-33. So obviously in the early goings, New Brighton's playing them a lot tighter in that game. Roth just had 13 points, 12 rebounds, but a very balanced scoring attack that night in those 75 points. And so it's something to keep in mind there. Now underneath the Schofield, kicks it back out to Taylor. Taylor now wants to dribble. Looks like he's going to shoot. Goes up for it, loses his dribble, but comes up and he hits the backboard from the backside. Therefore, that is what they call out of bounds. Oh, somebody just got teed up. Wow. I think Mikey Vion just got the tee.
That's big because that's now officially his third.
Yes, it is. It was right here in front of us. I don't know what he said. Now Roth will shoot 2, and the Wolverines will also get possession. First shot by Roth. It's good. Wolverines now up by 11 and make it 12 as Roth. So the Wolverines get the 2 foul shots after the technical and will also have possession. Roth is sitting there with 8, as well as Lake with 8. Balance out the other 10 points. Now Kreiser kicks it out there to Roth. Roth gets direction from Coach Bradley. Roth wants to drive down the lane. Puts the little jumper up off the back of the rim too hard. Rebound there by Vion. Gets it to Graham. He'll drive it. Tried to that time. Yep. all else fails, try to make something happen. In that time, Chris Smiley got caught with the block / push. So that's the first foul for Smiley and the first for the Wolverines. And just 2 fouls. Why isn't that one? Don't you get a foul for the technical, Brett? Down in, puts it up and in. Made it look easy that time was Mikey V on. Now here comes Kreiser. Out to Lake. He wants to go underneath the Roth. He does. Turn around, use the glass, kiss it, and put it in. 28-16, 3:17 remaining. Now here comes Dash Graham. Don't forget, folks, stick around halftime interview with Mike White of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. There comes Roth with the steal. Bounce pass to Smiley, puts it up. Oh, pretty. Tic-tac-toe, and that's what you get. Roth has got as many assists as he does points probably at this point in the game. Well, some halftime stats for you too, folks, as we got 2:53 remaining here. Wolverines 14-point lead. Another steal by Roth. Oh, and it turned over underneath there. Dash Graham looks, fires up the 3. Air biscuit does not go. Nate Williams got it. Schofield recovered that one. Ball in there, and Lake gets the rebound. Coming the other way, Nate Williams, touchdown pass, puts it up and count it, and he's going to get the and one. Is Nate Williams. Quarterback throw there by Joseph Ross. Saw Nate Williams standing down there all by his lonesome. He's going to get the opportunity for the 3-point play with the and one.
Wow, Joseph Roth now officially 7 assists. Go along with 6 rebounds. He's got a chance here to do another triple-double.
Yep, Lake checks out of the game, and looks like Winmeyer came back in. Now Williams gets the ball to go through the cylinder. It's 33-16, 17-point lead, and a timeout now taken by New Brighton. I believe that's their second. Our scoreboard here, Brad, I don't know if you're keeping track of the timeouts, but I do believe that is their second.
I have the first, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I could be wrong as well.
That first quarter
they did make that adjustment that they do have 3 fouls now. They didn't put the technical foul up there originally.
That's the most important one.
So,
so Brian Taylor, he did pick up that 3rd foul a couple minutes ago. He's been on the bench the entire time. Schofield came in for that, and you never want to get 3 fouls early, but that adjusts everything, and that's why Roth, and give credit, Roth is. These assists, these aren't
he's dishing it out, and
these aren't your normal just, shot passes. Right. No, these are like 30-foot, 40-foot passes.
We can talk about the playoffs a little bit now because we know we're in. I think the Wolverines, to be successful in the playoffs, you can have games where like Joseph Ross scores 51, like he did against Mohawk just last week, but he's definitely the featured player that defenses are going to feature on. You got to have contributions from everybody else. And we are seeing that tonight. Aaron Lake particularly with his 8 points. And a pretty good shooting percentage for Aaron as well. Now, who ends up with it? But Chris Smiley coming the other way. Bounce pass underneath to Kreiser. Puts it up and in. Count it. It's good for Kreiser. The Wolverines now with a 19-point lead. Pulling away here in this second quarter of play. Down comes Dash Graham, and they're going to get Smiley, and that will be his second foul. Quickly up off the bench is Willie Nardone to check in for Smiley. On the floor, so they will not be shooting. So also we have number 21 checking in. We saw him in the JV game. Dylan Pushak comes in, and Bobbin, number 3, the senior, comes back in. Original starter off the bench. Kohlmeyer out to Bobbin. Dribbling around here is Bobbin, trying to find somebody to pass to. And he finds Kohlmeyer. Stolen there by Joseph Roth. Down the court he comes. Up and slam ding dong. Joseph Roth gets the slam dunk. And now coming the other way is the Lions. Oh. You saw it coming.
And you can see Mike White is definitely tweeting.
Underneath and puts it up and in. A nice move there by Mikey V on to answer that. Now, Williams Kicks it back out there to Roth. Can we do it from 3? Oh, rattles the rim, does not go. Colmeyer got the rebound, and I think they're going to get, wait a minute, they're pointing this way. I think it's against.
Yep, they're going to say 20.
Yep, number 12, Nardone.
Yep, number 12, yep.
So Nardone gets the foul. That's the team's third. Minute 16 remaining. This game is just a flying by.
And the crowd is still talking about that one.
Yes, they are.
As they should.
So Dash Graham now brings it up the court. Kid's been working hard. Colmeyer now. Pass to Bobbin. Nardone all over him. Now gets it out there to Vion. Now Graham wants to drive down the lane, loses the handle, rolls around. They're going to say travel.
They're going to call it,
Yep.
It's unfortunate for Graham there. And if you want to talk about a bright spot for New Brighton, this Dash, I mean, his nickname, it fits, Dash Graham.
Under a minute to go here. Wolverines up 37-18. Their largest lead of the night. Out there to Windmeyer. Windmeyer, bounce pass underneath the Roth, turn around, through the cylinder it goes. High off the glass, gets the 2 points. The Wolverines up by 21. Here comes Graham. Now out there to Vion. Wants to go down. Get that shot out of here, says senior Nate Williams. Ball out of bounds off blue. So the Lions will be inbounding. 29.3 seconds left to go. Adam Como, number 4, checks in. As Colmeyer will take a seat. With the inbound, and Windmeyer gave chase. Vion all the way over there to Dash Graham for 3. Rattles rim, don't go, and off the fingertips of Williams. It goes out of bounds.
It hasn't fallen yet for Dash Graham. He's 0 for 5 from 3, but I tell you what, keep shooting them, bud. They're right there.
So kicks it in there. Bobbin with the ball on the line, and they say he traveled. And that was the right call. So now Willie Nardone going to inbound to Kreiser. 19.6 seconds to go. Here comes Kreiser, setting up that final play from 3-point land. Does not go for Roth. Air ball. Dash Graham now with 4 seconds. Needs to shoot it. He does. Puts it up and off the rim. Don't go. Clock strike 0. That makes the score 39-18. 21-point lead here for the Wolverines. Coming out of that, outscoring the Lions 20-8 here in that second quarter of play. Leading scores, Joseph Roth with 14. Aaron Lake sitting there with 8 points. Chris Smiley's got 5. Kreiser with 4. And a nice for the Lions, Mikey Vion sitting there with 8 points. And number 22, Dash Graham, is sitting there with 6. So we're going to have Mike White join us here as he comes over. I'm not sure if he's going to go with us right now or just what. He's heading this way.
Well, I tell you what we'll do.
Pittsburgh Tribune Review, right?
Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Yep, he's right here.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll take a quick little timeout. That way he can set up and we'll be ready to go. We'll take a little bit of a break.
Great. Hey, folks, halftime here at New Brighton High School. And first off, we have a special guest here tonight, Mr. Mike White. Thank you so much. Two things to thank you. Thank you for your time. And I just want to personally thank you for all the coverage you do with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, all high school sports.
Thank you.
We follow you
Very
on
nice
Twitter,
of you to say.
Facebook. You're the man. And when you say it, we know it's true.
Well, I don't know about that.
And you do a wonderful job covering all high school sports from 1A to 6A. And I know Brad and I really appreciate we use you on our broadcast, and I try to give you credit when I remember to say,
okay.
Hey, I saw it there. But can you tell us?
We can't do it without guys like you guys either. I mean, Brad sends us stuff every game, and so it's a whole world of high school sports in Western Pennsylvania that to make it go smoothly and to get the kids the right publicity, it takes a lot of people.
It does, and it's an exciting time as we're a week and a half away here from seedings and playoffs. Can you tell us a little bit about your day today?
My day today, well, doing a special thing really I've never done before. I guess if you count in college when I worked part-time, it's been about, 44 years I've been at the Post-Gazette. But Joseph Roth of Ellwood City, to me, is one of the most unique athletes in the history of the WPIL. I'm talking way back. Forever, and I really mean that. I think what he does with his swimming and basketball thing, I mean, there have been guys who have, probably who have swam and played basketball. He's not the first, but there's not a lot of them. And they're certainly
at that level he's at.
not doing what he's doing at the level he's doing it at. So, I've done stories on it before, but we thought, I just had an idea of, and I don't think people realize, the average person, how hard it is to do what he is doing and how difficult it is. Not even just to do it, but to do it at the level he's doing it. So I had an idea of, and we're going to publish it next week, next Thursday, and the print edition is going to be videos online. We're going to do a bigger thing, a day in the life of Joseph Roth.
Okay, that's awesome.
With a timeline, and we had a photographer down here, met him when he got up this morning at 7 in the morning. I came down. I had some writing to do. I came down around lunchtime, been with him all day, going from everywhere, going to the doctor's office to get his stitches out, going to swimming practice, going to get the bus, seeing him eat on the bus, seeing here. It's a different way maybe to present a story. But
it's a story that people need to see and realize.
Yeah, maybe,
I love the idea.
To see. And, I'll be honest with you, a photographer and I, Sebastian, when we left the swimming practice to come over to, they got the bus, we were walking to get the bus, and he said it, and I said to him, going from one of these things to the other, I'm a little tired. And I didn't even swim or play basketball. I mean, I coached basketball at North Hills, 9th grade, and helped out with the varsity. But I said I'm a little tired, and he does this 5 days a week, and on Saturdays does basketball and swimming, doesn't go to school. But I marvel at him. I think it is one of the most unique stories, and he's one of the most unique athletes in the history of WPIL. So look for that next week.
And you said it'll be out next Thursday?
Next Thursday it'll be in our print edition. It'll probably be on our website Wednesday.
Okay, so I'm sure all of Ellwood City will love to see that.
Well, I don't know if we deliver papers anymore all the way out here.
Well,
but
we
go a little bit further into a sheets or whatever. Pick it up. So help me keep my job.
I have a feeling the Roth family will get it distributed.
That's right. They're great people.
And yes, they are. A great family. I call them the first family of Ellwood City basketball. You probably know this in your story. There's 5 of them. 3 of them have scored over 1,000 points, counting Joseph.
Right.
One's at like 983, and their daughter, Bella, she was an outstanding athlete as well, went on to play college at Geneva. So they're a wonderful family, and they're great for Ellwood City basketball. They're a lot of fun for Brad and I to cover. We've been covering this for 6 years now. So we've been covering the Roth family. It's been a lot of fun.
Time.
So we'll be looking at that. Well, I have you here as playoffs are coming. I want to go watch a good basketball game. Which one do you go to? What team is there out there that you really just say, man, you got to see these guys?
Well, I think the team that attracts the most attention, and rightly so, is Lincoln Park.
Yes.
I mean, they're very good. They do. I'm not going to get into the stuff about getting players from everywhere, but we've got, they've got a player ranked in the top 10 in the country as juniors, Malik Thomas, who, incidentally, I coached when he was in 8th grade. He played for me at North Hills on the 9th grade team. And we had Royce Parham on that team, who was also Marquette
It sounds
recruit.
like it was loaded.
Yeah, we had to do some things. Malik couldn't play for the first half of the year, but we won't get into that. But and they have Beba Cummings who's going to Pitt. So as far as a 1-2 punch, I mean, scoring-wise, they're probably one of the best 1-2 punches in the WPIL in a long time. They both average over, I think, 23.
That's what I think.
Malik's not scoring as much this year, but he's still up around 19 or so. Whether that'll change in the playoffs, I don't know. Those two, I think, turning up in the playoffs. But they're probably a team that people want to see. But a couple of teams I like. I mean, I really like this Moon team in 5A. Okay. I saw them last night. I've seen them twice now. Elijah Guillory, I think, has proven to be one of the top 5 players WPIL. I think he's pushing for Fab 5. I think he's probably a lock. Okay. If you go down the line, we talked about 4A. 6A is very open. I don't think 6A is really good this year in the WPIL. Not a really great team. Down to 3A, I think they're a really good story too. Deer Lakes, they never won a championship, never been to the championship before. Last year they win it with a first-year coach, and now they're number 1 again this year.
And we got to see them firsthand. They took us out last year in the first round of the playoffs, and we were stunned.
Yeah,
I mean,
real deal.
They were. Deal. I don't.
Guy's done a great job. Terrence Parham got them going.
Okay.
The program going, but this guy L.B. Fletcher is kind of taking it to another level. And they lost 4 starters at graduation. Only 1 starter back, and they're 15-2.
Don't look like they dropped off at all.
Yeah.
At all. And we kind of laughed when we got there. It almost looked like football players playing basketball. They were big, they were physical.
Right.
And then after the first quarter, it's like, okay, these guys can dribble, they can shoot, they got it all.
But, you guys, I think 3A, I don't think there's a great team. I don't think, there's some good teams. And I think you guys have played with some of the good teams at Ellwood. And, I think you got a shot at beating some teams in the playoffs. I really do.
We're hoping.
Especially because of the 35.
Yeah.
He's the X factor the teams don't have. And, I haven't seen him play since his sophomore year, and the thing that I'm so impressed with him again tonight is his passing ability.
He's done a fantastic.
I think I got him with like 7 assists.
Yeah, we have a 7 assists.
I mean, he might have for a while I thought he might get a quadruple double with the blocks.
He's got a triple double. He's had one. Hey, real quick, tell our viewers where they can follow you at, where they can get your information. Give yourself
on Post-Gazette on the web. You can follow me there. I'm on Twitter and post some stories on there at M. Whiteberg, and
we retweet a lot of your stuff for our listeners. So
that's
not
fine.
Game Time. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed it. Good luck. Thanks, Brad.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it.
City and Joseph Roth. Remember, next Thursday, check that out. Be online, whole 9 yards. So back out here, the Wolverines up by 21. Early going. And there it is. Taylor, who's sitting there with 3 fouls, is starting this third quarter. Dash Graham puts it up. Woo. He don't miss a lot.
No, he does not.
Inside the perimeter. And just has a way to get a little bit of an opening and make a shot. So Ross sitting there with 14 points. There's underneath to Williams. Does a little turnaround. Puts it up and count it. It's good. Gonna get the and one for Nate Williams. That's his 5th point of the night. Gonna go for 6 to complete the and one.
Fouls on number 2. Kohlmeyer, his first.
So Williams now make it 6 points for senior Nate Williams. Coming up the court now, Dash Graham. Dribbles down in there, puts it up again, high off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound for Roth, coming the other way. Oh, stolen there by Mikey Vion. Vion coming down. Throws it out there to Taylor. Dump pass to Vion. Does a little stutter step, doesn't get called for it. Puts it up, number 11 doesn't get it to go, and who ends up with it is Vion from New Brighton. Back around there Bobbin tries to bounce pass underneath. Gives it to Williams. Wants to go all the way, puts it up and doesn't get it to go. Vion gets the rebound. So puts it up and in was Fred Taylor. So Joseph Roth checks out of the game. Came down a little gingerly on that one ankle. So Wolverines now. Nardone checked in for Chris Smiley. Little step in the bucket, puts it up, doesn't go. Who gets the rebound but Fred Taylor. Now coming the other way.
Brian Taylor.
Brian Taylor. I'm sorry. Going back to my football
Jacksonville
days.
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's old school there. Kennedy kicks it out there to Graham. Down the baseline he goes, and they're going to get Kreiser, I do believe, for a little, getting a little handsy there. So a timeout was taken by Ellwood City as they're leading by 20. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow night, the Lady Wolverines, big section matchup against Mohawk Warriors as they travel to Mohawk. Lawrence County Sportsnet, our friends at Lawrence County Sportsnet, will be broadcasting at 6:30 tip-off. That's a 6:30 tip-off. No JV, just varsity at 6:30. Then we'll be back Monday night, senior night, 6 o'clock. Monday night, senior night for the girls' festivities. Game to follow at 6:30 against Beaver Falls.
Yes.
And that there could
Ooh.
really determine who is the section champion.
Next week is big. Beaver Falls twice.
Yep, we are planning on going to Beaver Falls to broadcast
Yes.
that game Tuesday night.
Boys basketball there. Big senior week next week.
Yes, it is. So Brian Taylor now dishes it out there to Vion. He wanted to go underneath. Things were clogged up. Bobbin now out to Taylor. Now back out to Kennedy using that left-hand dribble and going to get a double dribble that time by Kennedy. So that turnover gives the Wolverines the ball. Smiley now. Wolverines up by 20. Smiley wanted to drive the whole way down in there. Throws it out there to Kreiser. Williams, top of the key. No look pass to Kreiser. Gets a nice pick. And Dahl unable to finish. Dash Graham with the rebound. Coming the other way. Does that bounce pass underneath the Vion. And he makes them count. 42-24. So Kreiser wanting to survey. It's a pick by Lake. Little pick and roll.
Nice.
Put it up and in. Nice play there. Kreiser to Lake for two. Nice steal by Kreiser. Coming the other way. It's about a 1-on-3. Oh, and a bad foul by Dash Graham there on the floor. It's going to be his first foul. Team's second. We now see Kohlmeyer checking in. And Joseph Roth is going to check back into the game. Willie Nardone will take a seat.
Yeah, they just took a look at the legs there a little bit, rewrapped them a little bit. He's good to go.
So Smiley inbounding with Roth back out on the court. Down the court, underneath, past the Lake, reverse layup for Lake. Awesome play by Aaron Lake. He's got 12. I think it's wrong on the board. I thought he had 14. Now, here's Dash Graham, dribbles in there to Kreiser, back out to Brian Taylor. Vion wants to go underneath to Graham. Kicks it out to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles, powers forward, and that's just making something happen there. I credit Kennedy for that, driving down into the lane. And it's going to be a foul on number 3, Aaron Lake, his first.
So, team second, both teams with 2 fouls.
At the halfway point, first shot by Kennedy does not go. Number 21, Dylan Pushak checks in as Kohlmeyer will take a seat. Second shot, and off the rim don't go. Who gets the rebound? But Pushak, who just checked in, tried to go underneath, and somebody is Joseph Roth. At the pass down there to Nate Williams. Oh, big time block by Taylor, who ends up with it. Huge block there. Coming the other way. It was all ball. That was a right call. Taylor now underneath. Hits Roth. Gets back to Smiley. Smiley puts it up. Oh, he wants the alley-oop. Count it. Joseph Roth. You saw him give him that wink and said, put it to me. And that's what he did. So a foul at the other end of the play now on number 2, Nate Williams. That's going to be his second. And going to the line to shoot 2 is Brian Taylor. No, that was on Kreiser. I beg your pardon. It's his third. First shot by Taylor is good. So Chucky Swinesburg is going to check in for Kreiser. And Lake is going to take a seat as the senior Ryan Widmeyer checks into the game. So now Taylor with the second shot. Rattles the rim. It is good. 48-26. Wolverines up by 22. Roth now, 3:25 remaining. He's sitting there with 16 points, whole bunches of rebounds, and got some assists to go with it. Roth now. Dribbles down, wants to go all the way, puts up the floater off the back of the rim too hard. Rebounded there by Taylor. Taylor gets in the hands of Dash Graham. Graham wants to go down, tries to take on Roth, and ill-advised play there. It got blocked, but he maintains possession. Now, back out to Taylor. Taylor wants to drive down in there. Graham fakes the three, between the leg dribble, but lost it. Widmeyer all over him, and Widmeyer's questioning the foul. And, yep, they called it on him. Now inbounding Graham to Taylor. Taylor wants to get on the three parade. Hits the back of the backboard. No go. Here comes Roth. Puts it up and, just a little bit short,
Nice
but not
rebound.
giving up on the play. Was that Widmeyer?
Yep, that was Widmeyer.
So Coach Bradley's is really discussing some things with the officials right now. I think about some of the pushing maybe going on underneath there. And a travel. As Pushek had it underneath. I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it either.
they're closer to the action than we are.
I'm wondering when he went to switch, his feet shuffled a little bit.
I think that's all that it took to get it done that time. So inbounding now and bringing it up the court is Joseph Roth. The Wolverines with a 24-point lead. Gets it to Swinesburg, the junior, underneath to Roth. Feeding Roth to Roth. Turn around, fake. Nope, takes it out to Williams. Williams wants to get down the lane. It's blocked. No foul called that time. Now here comes Taylor for the Lions. Woo. And I think Chris Smiley was trying to get the charge. He didn't get it. Taylor lost the ball, and Taylor is still on the court. Gathers himself up, gets up, kind of shakes it off a little bit. You know, and you see a kid like that, he don't even look at his coach because he don't want to come out. I applaud that. You know, he kind of got banged up there, but he wants to play basketball. He's a senior, don't have a lot of games left. Now Smiley, tipped there. Swinesburg underneath. Gets it back out to Chucky Swinesburg for a three. Off the front of the rim, don't go. Kohlmeyer with the rebound. Coming the other way. Zahn, who checked in number 12. I missed that. I beg your pardon. Now, Taylor out to Kohlmeyer from way out there. Zahn now. Back to Kohlmeyer. Wants to dribble it in. Back out to Zahn, just a sophomore. Young team here, really. There's a shot. Does not go. Roth ends up with it. Minute 18. Wolverines up by 24, 50-26. Pass out there to Williams. Kicks it out to Roth. Roth. He looks, he surveys, puts it up. Looked like he was trying to pass it.
It almost looked like it, yeah.
So underneath to put it up, and a nice play there. Taylor gets it to Kohlmeyer. And a full timeout going to be taken by the Ellwood City Wolverines. Here with a score of 50-28. Got the Ellwood City Wolverine cheerleaders here tonight, of course, cheering on their team. So, as always, a great job by our Ellwood City cheerleaders. Brad, we're sitting here right now. Aaron Lake with 12 points. Joseph Roth with 16. Nice distribution all the way around with 5 points by Williams and Smiley. 4 points by Kreiser. Really, Kreiser sitting there with 3 fouls.
Yeah, the only true Wolverine there with any foul trouble-wise.
And Taylor for the...
yep, and Taylor with 3 on New Brighton lines.
So inbounding now and bringing up the court is Chris Smiley. Chris Smiley gets it out to Schweinsberg, out to Windmeyer, back to Schweinsberg. Schweinsberg, bounce pass. Back out to Chucky, underneath, nice pass. Oh, he wanted to get on the baseline, thought better of it. Schweinsberg, 4-3, front of the rim, don't go. Nice play there by Windmeyer to get the rebound. Now Williams for 3, it's short, don't go. Rebound there by Como, who's checked into the game. So throws it out there. Now bouncing around. Now Kohlmeyer with the shot. Doesn't go. There is, that was Nate Williams underneath there to get that rebound.
He had it and unfortunately kind of lost the handle of it off his leg out of bounds. So 19 seconds here. For New Brighton.
So, who wants it? Windmeyer gets it. Bounce pass out there to Chucky Schweinsberg with 10 seconds remaining. Wants to drive, kicks it down to Smiley. Does a little shake and bake at the baseline. Roth gets it, puts it up, and he's going to be fouled with 3.4 seconds. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. You know, you hate to see fouls that short, but if you're the Lions, what do you got to do?
Right.
You got 6'5" Joseph Roth going up. You can't give him the free bucket. You got to make him earn it. So here's the first shot by Roth. It's short. Second shot forthcoming. A little short that time. Williams with the rebound, puts it up off the glass, and that's going to do the third quarter. As the Wolverines, not a big quarter for them historically in tonight's game, 50-28. Wolverines scored 11, and the Lions scored 10. So Wolverines still maintaining that 22-point lead. Brad, I think a huge sigh of relief by a lot of people. Joseph Roth, he came down on that ankle on the one attempted rebound, and he just kind of looked to the bench and said, hey, let me sit down for a little bit. He came over, sat down, came right back into the game.
It's a little bit of everything. You know, when you got legs like that, you want to make sure you're okay with it. The ankle, he's had ankle issues in the past, and now that he's okay, I can kind of say it. I mean, he had ankle issues here last year at New Brighton. He got injured here. And, you got a little bit of press here, too. That kind of helps a little bit.
Well, I think, we'll see in the game here, just where we're at, what Coach Bradley wants to do. You're up by 22 with 8 minutes of basketball left to play in the game.
Right. So Brighton will get the ball here. Fourth quarter action underway. They're looking to get back into this one and cut that lead a little bit. 22 points.
So Baba now with the ball, kicks it out there to Schofield, who checked in. Now dribbling around there. Dash Graham, and he's going to be fouled. And he is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Kreiser appears to look like he's going to be checking back in. That's going to be on Smiley, his third foul, as we're just 15 seconds into this third quarter, or final quarter of play. First shot in and out does not go for Graham. So Kreiser comes in for Smiley. Graham now with his second shot attempt. And it does not go. And who gets the rebound? But it goes out of bounds, I think off the fingertips of Joseph Roth. So the Lions will maintain possession. So inbounding is Kennedy.
I think when he went to pass the ball, he took a step forward, and that's a locked position. He crossed that line. It's a turnover.
It was under 5 seconds, one of the two. We couldn't quite see the call from
Yeah,
here.
he pointed at the baseline.
Okay, Chucky Swinesburg with the ball. Dribbles through a whole bunch of traffic.
Oh,
Gets
boy.
down there to Williams, puts it up, kisses the glass, put it in. Williams now with 7 after his 19-point performance last night against Freedom.
Yep. Career high against
Yes.
the Bulldogs.
So now into the hands of Mikey Vion. We've been saying his name for 4 years, whether it's a basketball game or football game. Pretty good athlete. Now Dash Graham. Pretty move there, puts it up. Does not quite get the roll he was looking for. And it's going to be off the fingertips of somebody in blue. So the Lions now will be inbounding. Deep pass out there to Graham. Oh, Kreiser ends up with it. Coming the other way, gets to Joseph Roth, bounce pass underneath Chucky Swinesburg, puts it up and in. Swinesburg gets on the scoreboard. So here comes bounce pass out there. Mikey Vion wants to drive down the lane. Williams, nice job defensively covering that. But it's pushed there to Kennedy. Oh, Chucky Swinesburg defensively. Here it is to Joseph Roth. Puts it up and count it. It's good. He's going to go to the line for the and one as Mikey Vion is going to get him with the foul. That's his first. Number 4 checking back in, Adam Como. And Fred Taylor checks in for Joey Kennedy for the Lions. 18 points now for Roth. Does not get the ball to roll, and who ends up with it is Vion. Oh, a steal there by Swinesburg. Heads up play. Playing like a senior with lots of experience. Swinesburg gets the steal, then bounces it off of a would-be Lion underneath to Roth. Puts it up. Count it. It's good. Taylor gave an effort, but not much he could do. Bobbin tries to go down there. Another rebound by Roth. And I think they're going to get Vion again with the foul. And that's going to be their third foul, or should be. It was on the floor.
I think the foul's on Schofield
Okay.
officially. And it is their second.
Second? Okay.
Yeah.
I was off on one.
You and I catch it at the same time. We look up and the score, it changes right before we see it. It's tough.
Yep. So the officials were conversing.
Was he in the act of shooting maybe? I don't think he was.
I wouldn't think he was.
I don't think that, maybe that wasn't the conversation.
I think it was dinner plans.
I like that idea.
Post game dinner plans.
I know we got dinner plans.
So you're in New Brighton. I know what you're eating. So bounce pass. Ernie Widmeyer gets it, and into the cheerleader section the ball goes. And last touch by the Lions. So the Wolverines now will be inbounding. It's in the hands of Kreiser. Kreiser dribbles around. Wants to go underneath. Underneath to Joseph Roth. Kiss the glass. Put her in. He's got 20 points.
I'm waiting for you to say it. It happened 2 points before.
My word.
Where's it gone?
And
Oh, boy.
really chippy right
Yep.
now as Windmeyer and Vion. And this has been brewing.
Yep, it
And I didn't
has.
say anything because you saw it all started back when Vion kind of took out a technical.
Yeah, it's going to be a technical on New Brighton. It's going to be a foul on Widmeyer and a technical on Vion. I think it's his second now.
That is his second foul.
So I think we're going to shoot.
It was a little bit chippy underneath. And you just saw the body language when you were away from it.
Yep.
That something was going to maybe go awry. But before this, Brad, mercy me. Mercy roll in effect here. We're up by 32. I missed it a bucket ago. I beg your pardon, folks. Mercy roll in effect for this final 5:29. Roth now with the second shot. And it's good. He should be 23. So Aaron Lake going to check in for Widmeyer.
And they should credit Widmeyer with that foul. He should be with 3 fouls. The fouls have not been accurate up on the board, so we'll have to play with it.
I was kind of hoping. I've been looking at your screen, but I'm thinking up there it's not as good. Nardone checks in for Williams. So after the technical foul, he made 1 of 2. Wolverines get possession. Clock will be running at this point in the game. I got to tell you what, Widmeyer, he gives up about 4 inches and about 50 pounds to Vion.
There's 2 people, Cervic and Widmeyer, just seem to play.
Oh, Kreiser goes down. And he's going to be fouled. Shot don't go.
And he got whacked across the face. He's looking okay, but, man, he got smacked.
Yeah, I think kind of got that little tear duct.
Tear ducts, yeah.
Hit there.
Without getting too sciencey here.
That's as far as I get.
I am a science math teacher, so.
Okay. Well, I'm not. So.
But I tell you what, you ask any question about a farm,
I'll answer that.
I know exactly where to go.
I'll answer that.
Listen, that one conversation we had over the summer, you got really sophisticated with the grainage and every. I mean, the milking cows.
It's
crazy.
high tech.
I remember that conversation.
That's a good one. I have Fitbits for my cows, but I don't have one for myself. so.
Well, you're not a cow, so.
No, I don't make any money. The cow's got to make us money. So Kreiser now with the second shot off the front of the rim. Don't go.
That's a live ball.
With the rebound.
All right.
Boom. Lake's going to have 14 on the night. Oh, no. Carry. Turnover. So. Yeah, we'll have to get into that'll be in a really big blowout or a rain delay. I can educate people on Fitbits for our dairy cows. There, earrings you put in them, so and why. But hey, we got a ball game still going on. So 64-28. Timeout was taken
by somebody.
Yeah, by somebody.
I want to say Ellwood, but I could be wrong.
Well, I think the game's at hand.
Yes.
64-28. Things are getting a little chippy.
Yes.
The body language is not that. And I apologize to people at home during the broadcast. I probably should have said, hey, some of the body language here. Vion hit Joseph Roth that one time, and Vion wouldn't even look up.
Yes, yeah. Well, and to feed off that, most people don't know this, but New Brighton basketball, 1980s, was huge. And if you just take that 15, 20, 30-minute drive up the road, Ellwood, 1980s. It was New Brighton and Ellwood, football and basketball thrived in the 80s, and this is no blood loss. It's not necessarily the biggest rivalry that we have, but it's there.
Well, you got two, basically pretty neighboring schools.
Yes.
And you're playing in that 2-3A zone. Nardone off the front of him, don't go. Lake gets the rebound, gets another rebound. No, nobody who wants it. Somebody pick it up, and they did. So almost saved it, kept it from going out of bounds. Was Como, puts it up. Jeez, oh man. Quite honestly, I'm at the point in this game. That 4:23 cannot go fast enough. Let's get out of here before someone gets hurt.
Yep. Agreed.
So now Como is going to shoot 2. The foul was on number 10 of Ellwood City, who's not even checked in yet. He did now. Nate Kennedy, Joseph Ross coming out of the game. I think we're going to see all new players now for the Wolverines. I think this is the right thing to do. Roth is going to leave the game with 23 points. That second shot by Como is good. Aaron Lake now gets the ball in to Kennedy. Nate Kennedy dribbles down. Takes it out there. Oh, almost got it. Lake, he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Originally shot was made by Jackson Kerr. Lake was there for the rebound. He's going to go to the line. Lake sitting there with 14. Not a season high for him, is it, Brad?
No, he had 22 that the one game back.
Yes, back at the up in Mercer. But that contribution, 14,
he's right
Lake,
there.
The sophomore.
Oh, I want him to get one more rebound.
Okay, I don't think you're going to get it. I think he might be done for the night after this shot.
Missed the shot.
Sarvik checked in.
Miss it.
And
miss
Keithan
it.
Jones is now in the game for this final 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Make it. It's good. He's got 15. So a good night for Aaron Lake. I'm assuming he has 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
So 15 and 9 for Aaron Lake. Nat Flumer, number 40, checks in for him. So down the lane. Another travel. And, boy, things just start to unwind now here for New Brighton as they're down 65-29, almost matching the score where it was 75-33 earlier this season. Sarvik playing big, kicks it out there to Keithan Jones. Jones for 3, does not get it to go. Flumer, who ends up with it? It's Kennedy. Sarvik back out to Kennedy, down the baseline, gets a little bit of a pick, tries going down the middle, doesn't get it to go. Como from Lyons has it. Running gun, tries a reverse shot, does not get it to go. Who comes out of it with Sarvik? Jackson Kerr puts it up, doesn't go. Who wants it? Schofield, and throws it out of bounds. It's going to be Wolverine ball. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow night, 6:30 tip-off, varsity-only game. Lawrence County Sportsnet will be covering our girls basketball. Brad, where are we at on the countdown?
Officially, well, he officially had 23.
Yep.
So that'll put us
Puts
at
it down.
41.
So 41 points away underneath there. Number 12 puts it up, and he's going to be fouled by Sarvik for Joseph Roth, become the second leading all-time scorer with 3 games remaining, 3 regular season games remaining. He needs 41 points to become the second. And he'll be crowding close to that 2,000 here before too long. And first shot, of course, Annie Malkowiak is the leader. She's over, what, 2,200?
2,300.
2,300 points.
I think it's 2367, but 2,300 something.
Yep. Dan Alloy sitting there at 1938.
Yep.
And then Joseph Roth right behind that, 41 points behind that. 2:21 remaining here. Sarvik bringing the ball up. Dribbles around. Wants to go in, and shot don't go, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Sarvik last night scored his first ever varsity points. Is that correct, Brad?
Yep.
So he's going to add to that point total here.
Yeah, a couple assists, couple rebounds last
Has
night.
the opportunity. First shot is good. Count it. And some more players coming in as Keithan Jones checks out. Jackson Kerr checks out along with Nate Kennedy into the game now.
Hendrickson.
Yep.
And Cuevas. Second free throw is good.
There you go. 2:04 remaining. Up the court is bringing the ball this time is Schofield. Gets it in the hands of Kaiser. Schofield now. Met some resistance there by Tyler Smiley, the younger brother of Chris Smiley, who started the game and had 5 points tonight.
Our first jump ball. We almost made it through with not a jump ball. Oh.
Come to a girls' game.
It's so accurate.
There'll be 10 of them. So
It's so accurate.
So, Servit kicks it back out there to young Tyler Smiley. Goes down the lane.
Nice try.
Did not get it to finish.
Go
Flumer,
back up.
Come on, Flumer. Get
Come
it.
on, Flumer.
Get it, Flumer.
Come on.
Oh, he got blocked. It was tipped. There it is. And another foul. So Dante Pierce going to check in. Flumer looks like he's coming out. So I think the whole bench got played tonight for the Wolverines. Takes it out there. Dribbles around. Last 35 seconds of this game. Lost the ball, but he gets it back. There is Como with it. High arching shot. Air biscuit does not go. Hendrickson gets it. Coming up the lane is Servin. Bounce pass to Smiley. Goes down the baseline. Puts it up. A little too hard off the back. Now gets it in there to Zahn. Como, the final 10 seconds as we wind down here. This game, 67-31 in favor of the Wolverines. There's a shot. Does not go. And that's going to do it, folks, as we end the game, 67-31. A big night all the way around. They shut the scoreboard off quick here. Hope you got some stats that we can go through.
Yep, I do. I can go through a couple things here. I'll tally it up.
Yep. And, of course, as always, we will have things on the Ellwood City sports page on Facebook, Twitter, and all that fun stuff.
Yep, Wolverines outscore the New Brighton line 17-3 for a 67-31 victory. We'll get you totals here, Thad, about Joseph Roth. If you give me a couple seconds. We do know he had 23 points. He finishes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 rebounds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 assists. He just missed it. Finished with 5 blocks and officially 5 steals. So a great stat line, 23, 11, 9, 5, and 5. Some amazing numbers there. But give kudos. It wasn't just him tonight. Aaron Lake came through. He finishes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. He finished with 17 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Another good night for Aaron Lake. It's been the Lake Williams show. Whenever Williams has been on, he's been on fire. If it's not Williams, it's been Aaron Lake, and it's great to see that. And give credit to Chris Smiley and Kreiser combined. They had 7 assists tonight, racking up the assist as well. And we said it, Thad, you may not necessarily score 40, 50 points each and every night, but every assist is 2 points at least. Right. So you start stacking them up here. If I count this correctly, 5, 8, 12, 21, 20, 25 assists tonight for the Wolverines as a team.
Right.
And that has been
that's
been that mark. That 20 mark has been really darn good.
So, Friday night, there is no basketball.
Yep.
The boys do not play again until Tuesday night at Beaver Falls, and we will be broadcasting that game. Tomorrow night, Lawrence County Sportsnet will be handling the girls. Our next broadcast, 6 o'clock, senior night, Monday night. No, yes, Monday
6
night.
o'clock. 6 o'clock because the seniors are at 6.
The senior
Game's
festivities
at
are
6:30.
at 6. Game is at 6:30.
And we also want to do shout-out as well. Wednesday night is senior night for wrestling as well. So next week we got
is full.
A
lot of senior stuff going on. So with that, on behalf of Dave Skinny Windhorse checking in for the cameraman duties tonight, Brad Windhorst, our producer, the man with the plan, the man that knows it all, and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I want to give also a shout-out to Mike White. If you didn't hear our interview, go back to halftime. Had some great insight on what's going on in WPIL and some very, very kind and very true words about Joseph Roth. Folks, We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Good night, everybody.